Meet Emily on a dream trip through Europe with her friends. From the majestic Eiffel Tower in Paris to the historic streets of Rome, every moment is magical. But disaster strikes. Emily drops her phone, thinking she's lost all her precious photos and videos. Panic sets in. Then she remembers GotBackup. Every memory is safely stored in the cloud. Emily gets a new phone, logs into GotBackup, and there they are. Every photo, every video, every memory perfectly intact. Thanks to GotBackup, Emily's adventure is truly unforgettable.
Well, good morning. We just starting with a video that just kind of brings into the reality the usefulness of GotBackup. And Tammy and I today are going to be sharing with you what this venture is all about. We're very, very excited about this. I want to welcome MC and Yunam. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We have Fulera. Great to see you guys from Belgium, Fulera, and Yunam from Accra, Ghana. MC from Texas, and of course Bakshi from Bangladesh. Great to see you guys. So Tammy, let's briefly share, how did we get introduced to GotBackup?
Yeah, so Chris and I, we've been with GotBackup for a little bit over two years, maybe 4 months now. It's going super fast. And the owner of the GotBackup project owns a company called Global Virtual Opportunities. And Joel is a very, very good friend of Chris and mine for many, many years. We're watching kids grow up, and we've had grandkids, and so we're kind of aging ourselves here, but the relationship has been there for so many years. We watched Joel grow in the online world. He watched us grow in the network marketing world, where we were traveling a lot globally. And he contacted us when he launched the GotBackup project to see if Chris and I were open to have a look at it. And of course, with the relationship that we have and watching him grow, knowing that he understands trends and positioning, we decided we needed to be part of this. So we got started, and we've been building globally over the last two years, 4 months. And maybe, Chris, is there anything else you want to add to that?
Yeah, I'd like to begin by sharing, folks. One of the reasons why Tammy and I really got excited about the venture is, first of all, digital businesses are the way of the future. And if you want to position yourself for the long term to receive residual income, in the later years, you need to focus on when the trends are. We'll come back to that. But the point is, we saw an opportunity where family can be empowered by a global opportunity, because this is a global venture that has potential of massive growth that can turn dreams into reality. As you look at these slides here on the bottom of the screen, you can see the father sharing off, kind of showing off the set of keys. He was able to bring his family into this brand new home, which I know that many, many, many of us would love to be able to do that. What if that was an option that could be presented to you, or traveling where you want to, opposed to where you can afford to, or adding new family members, understanding the cost of living today in Canada? I heard today that it went up 400%. Groceries. I mean, this is absolutely mind-boggling how irresponsible our leaders today are. But the bottom line is, we are paying the bill on that.
Yeah, we need to make money.
You know what I mean? So the fact is that we need to be creative on how we create different stream of incomes. The other thing is retirement, right? Retiring when you were 10 years ago, 20 years ago, I can tell you that things have changed quite a bit. So what if you had another stream that could feed into these retirements to increase the portfolio, if you understand my meaning? This is what we are talking about here.
Yeah. And we're all about helping people. That's the big goal. Is Chris and I, we've been building for so long, and every single person that we've brought into the GotBackup project, the goal in mind is to help people evolve, help people generate an extra income stream, and to develop skills. I mean, in today's world, we need skills to evolve. And if you have the right work ethic and you have a desire to be more, have more, do more, this is definitely a project for you.
Absolutely. And the cost of entry is so small. But before we go there, The company began in 1997, Gatineau, Quebec. This is actually where we met Joel. This is where he's from. I'm actually from a city beside it called Ottawa. Long story short, is you remember telling me, because I was using some of his services and telling me that Chris were moving to the US, and at the time not really understanding the technology of all of this, and it says, oh, does that mean I have to find another provider to support my website? It says, no, we're just basically changing location. As far as you're concerned, it's just a different address, but as far as you're concerned, it's all the same, and price remains the same, and so forth. So they moved into this location that you see here before you, which is a 10,000 square feet data center. So instead of me sharing all of this, let's listen to Joel himself sharing what's going on behind the scene here and how secure this service provides. Let's check this out.
Hey guys, welcome to the corporate office of GotBackup. Now everybody wants to know, are we super secure? And how do we offer such an amazing service at such a low price? So this is in our tech room. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna take you on a tour of our server room to show you just how secure it is, and we welcome you into the family. So let's go over to the server room. So the first thing I wanna explain to you guys is that we're fully PCI compliant. For physical PCI compliance, what does that mean? It means we're allowed to physically store credit cards in our data center because we're uber secure. So we've passed all the tests for that, and we're legally allowed to store credit cards and your storage. So one of the first requirements for PCI compliance is you have to have 2 coded doors before you get into your server room. We also, as a company, like to have fun, so we call it Area 51. So anyway, I'm gonna code this door with my back here so you guys can't see what the code is. Come in this way. This is a simple inventory room, guys. We build servers here and so forth. And then our second coded door is over here, okay? And so we have a coded door here as well to get into the server room. So here we are in the server room, guys. This is where all the magic happens. So a couple of things people ask. Joel, how secure is my data, and could you ever lose our data? So as an example, let's come here. It's impossible to lose your data, and here's why. If you look at this storage array, and we have, hundreds of storage arrays in here, there's 14 hard drives across this storage array. 4 of these hard drives could fail, which statistically never happens, but let's say it did. 4 of these hard drives need to fail before we start to lose some data. But guess what? We're not going to lose any data because this is striped to here. This whole rack of hard drives here is copied here. Just the same here. All these hard drives here are copied here. So there's not a single point of failure relative to your data. There's also no single point of failure in the server room. As an example, there's A power and B power. Every server is plugged into A power. Every server is plugged into B power. Also, relative to cooling of this room, if you come over here, you'll see we have 1, 2, 3, 4 air conditioners in this server room. So the air is never going to be a problem. The other thing as well is we're very, very efficient. If you look up at the ceiling, let's come back over here, you'll see vents up there, and the cold air is strategically placed in front of the servers here, so it sucks in all the cold air, and it goes over into the hot aisle behind this wall here. So very, very efficient server room as well. And finally, if God forbid there was ever a fire in this room, we have here what's called a fire suppression system. What this system does, it's just a bunch of electronics behind here, but we can open it up, okay, is if God forbid there was a fire, and in 25 years there's never been a fire, but it will snuff out all the oxygen in this room. If there's no oxygen, then the fire goes out, right? So we don't use water to destroy the equipment. So that's the basics of the server room. Super, super secure and super redundant relative to your data. So the other aspect to security is we use the exact same security as Amazon, as Google, as all the big players, Microsoft. It's patented security, it's military grade, 256-bit encryption security. So your stuff is very secure.
So, folks, you don't want to miss the 27th of September. Joel is going to be introducing a whole new level of services and increasing commissions. This is really, really exciting. We'll talk about that a little bit later. But folks, what's going on here is there is two global trends that are important to take under consideration. One is the technology, the cloud service, which we'll talk about right now. And the other one has to do with earning a different stream of income because of what people are exposed to today. So Tammy, let's start with the technology.
Yeah, and you can see right here, there's almost 15 billion smartphones in the world today. Chris and I, we've been traveling worldwide for so long, and it doesn't matter where we went, somebody had a device in their hand. So we understand by the fact that it's a massive, massive trend. Often, Chris and I would be at events and people would want to take pictures, and then they run out of space on their devices. And they were asking us if they could use our phone and take the picture and share it. So you can see that, everybody's filling their devices. And that's why it's such a massive, massive trend.
That's an understatement. Look at the global mobile traffic from 2011 to 2023, went from 6% to 60%. Let's look at the size of cloud storage market worldwide from 2022 to 2030 here, folks. $90 billion in revenue in 2022, close to $500 billion in 2030. This is, again, a huge indicator where the money is going. And a lot of the reason for that is our cell phone addictions.
Yeah, I mean, we're always on our devices as entrepreneurs, but most people have their devices attached to their hip for whatever reason that they're using their device. But at the end of the day, we're filling our devices. And that's the most important message is people are running out of space constantly. Doesn't matter whether it's on our phones or on our desktops, computers, laptops. People are running out of space today.
That's an understatement. Hey, Gary from Ottawa, welcome. And Lawson from Sakumunu. Welcome. I'm not sure where that is, but welcome. No, folks, the concern with all of this is the data loss is growing. 45% of cell phone users have accidentally damaged their cell phones or lost their data. 5,700 screens are cracked every hour. Laptops, cell phones stolen every 43 seconds. As you saw the little clip video that I started where this Emily dropped her phone and her phones are smashed and she was all concerned only to remember that her stuff is backed up, her pictures are backed up, her videos are backed up on the cloud. See, this is what we're talking about here. Here's another message that I'm sure you're familiar with.
Yeah. And that's the reason why people need to look at this is the fact that we are filling up our devices faster and faster with AI. And people constantly, it's the era, right? We're not paperless world, so we're filling our devices. Bottom line, yeah.
Yeah, and the second trend here, folks, is making more money. This is what I'm saying is the world is changing, folks, and I'm telling you, don't get angry at the world. Just get better at facing adversity and challenges, and this is how we evolve. This is how you grow. So the fact here is, if you look at the numbers here, 42% of Americans have side businesses, 62% of Gen Z. These are the Generation X children, right? So it's interesting from 18 to 25 years of age. So the fact here, folks, is what about the rest of the world? And this is what we're talking about. People are looking for ways to make money. You can leverage with these two global trends. We GotBackup. That's what we want to talk about. So while we're here, Tammy, let's talk about our device, our cell phone, our service.
Yeah, this was a big decision for me when we got started because I knew that what we have, people can afford, everybody can afford it, and it's going to help a lot of families. So you get 6 terabytes of data storage. On your member's account, you can have 5 additional, they call them sub-accounts. And with those sub-accounts, you can decide how much data you want to share per person. And there's unlimited devices that you could back up for everybody, whoever you have on your account. All of that for $10 a month. When I saw that, I said, oh my gosh, everybody needs this. And that's called trends, right? When everybody needs it and it's an affordable product, everybody comes on board. And the fact that it's the only home-based business that offers you data storage, that was a given. So yeah, so everybody that we talk to get really excited when we share that slide.
And I know some of you are saying, well, there's iCloud. By my phone, it comes with iCloud. I have Dropbox. I've been using Dropbox for, 10 years, or I'm using Google Drive, and Google Drive is free. And at the end of the day here, folks, everything free has a basic package. You can still use those things, but instead of paying for the extra terabytes, what I recommend is get more for less. In other words, it is still $9.97, where the competitors are $9.99. It's 2 terabytes. We are here 6 terabytes. You're not limited to one device or one operating system. What I mean by that is if you have an iPhone or an Android phone or a PC or a Mac or even a Unix computer, whatever, it can all be backed up on the cloud just by installing the app that connects to the cloud to store your data in there. So these are monthly. Personally, I recommend a yearly. Instead of being ding on a credit card every single month for the $10, if I may round it off, it's once a year for shy of $100, which if you do the math, that is you're paying for basically 10 months instead of 12 months. So if you do the math, it's around $8 and change for 6 terabytes. You can't beat the pricing. And it goes way beyond that. You can see iCloud, Dropbox, Google Drive. Don't quote me on the exact amount here, folks, because things may vary a little bit for them to try to be competitive. But I'm telling you, they can't compare. And what's coming with GotBackup, folks, it's absolutely amazing. You don't want to miss on the 27. But Tammy, before we do a little demo on how simple it is to install this, why don't we just do a quick summary?
Sure. Yeah. So you get 6 terabytes, $9.97 a month. And that includes up to 6 people on one account. You have whatever device that you have, Android, iPhone. If you have one of each, great. You can back up everything. That's what's exciting. And everything's accessible in your phone device, which is awesome. So you saw the video, and due to today's session, they have access to all the videos. And yeah, so basically, other than that, it's a 30-day money back guarantee. I don't know anybody who's going to back up all their devices once they see the value of what this offers. It's no going back. Who wants to go back to pay more for less, right? So retention is very, very good with GotBackup.
So let's do a little demo on how simple it is to install our mobile devices. The app into our mobile devices on backing up the data, the precious data on the cloud. Let's check this out together.
Hey everybody, this is a quick walkthrough of how to install your GotBackup app onto your mobile device. In this case, I'm using the Android Galaxy, but the process is the same also on an iPhone. So to download your app, there's 2 ways to do this. You can either come to the Play Store. On an iPhone, it's called just the App Store, and just search for GotBackup. And there it is. Or we could come to our members area and go to use this tool. And then you will see it here on your dashboard. So again, I'm using my Android device. So I'm going to go ahead and click this, and it's going to take me to my Google Play Store. If you're on an iPhone, it will take you to your App Store on your iPhone device. So I'm going to go ahead and install that. Awesome. I'm going to go ahead and open it. It's going to ask you to log into your account. Go ahead and allow all your notifications so it could let you know that everything's being uploaded properly, and go ahead and put in your unique ID. Once logged in, you will be asked to let GotBackup access your photos and videos on your mobile device. Select Allow. Without having to do anything, an Android upload folder was automatically created for me. Neat! If you are on an iPhone, the folder will be called iPhone Upload. Now, depending on how many photos and videos is on your device, your first backup might take some time. So it is highly recommended that your device is on a charger and is connected to Wi-Fi. It is a good idea to start your first backup in the evening and keep your GotBackup app open and let it back up overnight. One more thing I'd like to point out. If I tap on these 3 little lines on the top left corner and tap on Settings, you will see these 3 boxes under Monitor are automatically checked. Auto Upload will automatically upload all future photos and videos taken on your device to your GotBackup cloud. Camera Roll Upload will back up all existing photos and videos that are stored on your device to your GotBackup cloud. And Upload Only on Wi-Fi will only back up your data while connected to Wi-Fi. If you have an unlimited data plan, you can uncheck this. So if I come to my gallery, I'm going to have a slew of pictures from over the years. This is actually Joel's phone, so if I come to my albums, I have almost 1,400 pictures. Alright, so if I come to my app, come back to my menu and click Transfers, you're going to see all my pictures now are uploading. Since this might be a large upload at first and I have a low battery, it's highly recommended that you plug into a power source. So I'm going to do that right now. Alright, now that's finished. We can now see that our Android upload has all been categorized by what year these photos were taken. These were taken in 2021. And this was just recently. So that's pretty much it. Pretty easy, pretty straightforward.
As you can see, it's very easy, it's very straightforward on installing this. And the installation in your computer, it's the same thing. You just install the app, click one button that says backup, boom, everything is being transferred on the cloud. That's it, that's all. From that point on, once everything is on the cloud, you can start removing files that are heavy on your computer and start using your computer effectively. So right now, Tammy, let's shift over into how we can earn money with GotBackup. That is the only cloud storage that actually will pay you. Let's shift to that.
Yeah, as you can see, there's 3 that are highlighted. That's really basically building the foundation of sharing this service with people. And the rest of them are extra bonuses as you start building a team. So let's start with the simplicity of it. So customer acquisition bonus, CAB for short. That's when somebody decides, when you send them your link, they decide they want to get started and become a member. If they decide they want to pay monthly, you're going to get 200% upfront. So let's just round the numbers off. So let's say it's a $10 item, you're going to get $20 upfront. And if somebody decides to come in for the year, which honestly most people do, you get 50% upfront. That's pretty big. So you're going to make $50 just by telling people, and they save a couple months of payment, so that you're giving them some benefits there. 25% on all VIP packages if somebody upgrades. You're going to see some amazing things on September 27th. You don't want to miss out on that, but you also benefit from that as well. And you can see the bottom part is basically customers, people who don't want to earn any income, but they really want to have the extra storage and benefit from the service. You get 25% ongoing. So I'm just going to make a couple of simple examples. So if you have 20 people that decided they want to get started as members, you get 200% upfront. So that's $20 times 20 people. Imagine if all of them went yearly. So you're going to get $50 times 20 people. So you get 400. If they all go on the monthly, you get 1,000 if they all do yearly. And you can see the customers here. If you had the same thing, 20 customers ongoing, 25%, rounding it off to the $10 item to 50 times 20 customers, that's $50 ongoing every single month. And you can build on that. You're not limited to the amount of people that you could bring into the company. And the best part, we're in the blue ocean, which means nobody's heard of GotBackup. Timing is everything. Position yourself and start telling everybody that you know, or through social media, however way you want to market.
By the way, if your customer pays for the year, it will be divided among 12 months. So you do get the $250 every single month, or close to. Now, the second way you get paid, folks, this is the back end. So when people come in, that's the front end. You get paid immediately. The back end, this is the compound interest, the compound growth that occurs as not only you bring people, but people that you bring that brings people, and people that might be sharing the leg with you. For example, you can see here indirect referral. That's someone that you don't know that share the same leg as you. As you know, we only have two sides. So if you have three people to bring in, then one of the three, is going to be underneath one of the two, either right or left. That's the power of the two-team tree. This is what the cycle bonus is based on. There's two tier 1, tier 2. Tier 2 is more money than tier 1. The steps is you need to activate. That means you're paying for your service monthly. That's the very first step. Number 2 is you need to sponsor 2 people, one on your left team, one on your right team. The moment you've done that, now you've achieved step number 2. Step number 3 is very important because that's what triggers the income, where you need to have 6 members into your business, regardless if it's combined from you bringing 6 or bringing your 2, which in turn brings also some, which totals up to 6, or combined with someone above you sharing the same leg. So that's the power. So the question is how many cycles you want. Well, this is how many presentation will you be attending? How many presentation will be conducted? How many people will you invite to come and see this information? That's how this grows. And a cycle is based on a company's profitability and, of course, your rank. Number 3, this is mind-boggling because you see the number from 1,000 to 20,000. What this means is every time you bring someone into the business and you reach the level of Sapphire minimum, okay, and I'll show you how to get that. It's really straightforward. The point is when you reach Sapphire, now you're earning a matching cycle income. So every time you bring someone to GotBackup and they are earning cycle income while you're earning a percentage, which in this case, as a Sapphire, is 25%. You can earn up to $1,000 for every person you bring in as a Sapphire based on their team growth. Now, where this becomes interesting is as you move up from Sapphire to Emerald, this doubles. The cap goes from 1,000 to 2,000 per person. So I'm not saying you're going to earn that. What I'm saying is this is the maximum you can earn based on the growth that's happening in their business. You see what I'm saying? So it's massive when the cycle starts kicking in. Look at the Black Diamond. That is a $20,000 cap on a person that has an organization. Think of a company like Dropbox, who has 700 million users. Do you see the potential? It doesn't end there because you got number 4, generation bonus. These are bonuses just for people to be paying their $10 a month. Dynamic compression is just number 4. You go deeper into your organization. Rank pool is as you reach ranks, you earn an income just for maintaining those ranks to encourage you to maintain your rank. Leadership bonuses kicks in as you start getting into a leadership role in helping your leaders grow. So Tammy, let's explain to the folks, to keep that very in simple term, what do they need to do to generate this income?
Yeah, first of all, sign up, decide whether you want to come in monthly or yearly. Most people come in yearly, as I mentioned, and I'll explain after this slide how all that works. And then you go and get a couple people. People are looking for this. That's the best part. You know, everybody has devices, so it's an easy conversation. So you get a couple people, put one on the left, one on the right, as Chris shared, the team structure, and then go out and get a couple more people and duplicate that. That's the key. If you want to succeed in building an organization, it's got to be simple. That average people or extremely busy people can do this. And the simpler you keep it, the faster you go into momentum, and it'll duplicate within the organization.
Totally agree.
$20 fee, that's annual. And then you decide how you want to come in. You get your back office. Chris is going to show you at the end what you get for all of this. It's so much value. It's incredible. And so, yeah, let's move forward.
So we're in 161 countries. Bangladesh is the most recent one that was added on, folks. There's 194 countries around the world, and we're at 161 representation. So this is pretty massive. And recognition and achievement is such an important aspect. In fact, it has a very strong correlation to your income. But again, babies cry for it, adults die for it. Recognition is absolutely critical. So as a bronze, you're introduced one person. As a copper, that's what Tammy just talked to you about the duplication system. one on the left, one on the right. The moment you do that, you're a copper. If someone comes in and they reach that, then you become a silver, right? If someone you brought in that reached a copper, you're silver. You become a gold when you sponsor 5 people and 3 out of these people are coppers. Do you understand what's going on? Copper is the key of duplication to grow. And all the way up to black diamond, it's all based on copper duplication. As a platinum, why is important platinum? Because platinum, you're moving from tier 1 to tier 2. Remember when I talk about the cycle, you're earning more money as tier 2? Well, that's when you're a platinum. Platinum is you have 10 people that you sponsor your business. Now they say you're serious, which by the way will qualify you for sapphire and emerald. Now there's other qualification I'll tell you in a minute here, but as a platinum, you got 10 people, and right now there's 4 that are copper within your line of sponsorship, and there's a total of 40 people in your team. As a sapphire, we're talking about the same 10 people. Okay. From that point on, there are 5 people that are copper. Again, the copper is a very important aspect. There's 50 people in your team. Now you start earning matching cycle. And as an emerald and ruby, you start getting bigger percentage from the compensation plan, which becomes absolutely amazing. So Tammy, let's talk about the support that every single one of you have access to.
Yeah, so you have personalized referral link, you have a personalized landing page, an email marketing system that is built in. You have a marketing tools that they're always evolving and expanding. They have funnels that they're constantly creating new funnels that we all have access to, and we can choose which one we want to use to market, which is phenomenal. We don't have to create them. They're done for us. There's regular online presentations. Today's presentation is on our YouTube channel. We do presentations on Wednesday night on the company YouTube channel, Global Virtual Opportunities YouTube channel. And there's incredible leaders, including Enyo Nam, that's here today on our session. She and other incredible leaders are doing their own presentations and live events in Africa, which is phenomenal. And there's other languages around the world where leaders are taking the role and running with it. So there's also team trainings as well. This coming Saturday, tomorrow, Chris and I are going to do a special training on how to leverage your story in sharing the opportunity. Because at the end of the day, people buy the story over and above buying the value of what we have. So if you're here today and you want to let everybody know, it's definitely going to be a great session, and it's at 10 a.m. Eastern time tomorrow. So don't miss out.
And again, that's in light of the tools that are going to be introduced as of the 27th. So we want to make sure you're prepared for that. So folks, we have a product that everyone needs and a business that everyone can afford. And the fact here, folks, what's really interesting, let me just go ahead and share my screen here so you can see what we have on the back end. Let's see. Let's go back here. Just one moment. Here we go. And let's remove that and let's add this. See, these are tools to help you support your business. There's a cash contest that, in fact, was extended for right now another 11 days. But regardless of the cash contest that you win or not, what's attractive here is that if you bring in 5 yearly sign up, the company will create a custom branded website for you. Very awesome. And I know that there's, in fact, Enyo Nam was the very first one to qualify. I believe right now we have, I don't know, over 90 qualified. I'm not sure, but a lot of people have qualified, which is really, really, really awesome. The other thing that's important to keep in mind here, folks, is Tammy talked about the support. This is the support here that we really recommend that you subscribe to. Just go right here to this link, which I'm going to post right into the group. Okay, so you should see it there, and take advantage of the playlists that are over here, especially dealing with the Success Cycle series. You can see the Saturday trainings; they're all there. That's the one that we did last week, and this is the upcoming event that's coming in the 27th. You don't want to miss that. you want to make sure, let me just go on the live here. You want to make sure that you hit the notification button. In the same time, just hit the like button here, folks. It shows, the algorithm will show it to more people. But we're looking at higher commission plus new features that are going to be shared. And the thing, folks, is in your back office, this is what it looks like. And I want to focus on use this tool and your digital tools, reseller tools. So I'm using this tool. You can see I'm using 77% of my cloud, and I just need to get rid of some folders that I don't need anymore. But the point here is you need to install this software. This is for your computer. This is for your PC to back it up, your laptop, PC, whatever, the Windows or Mac. We just did it yesterday for a gentleman. It took a couple seconds. You install it. Once it's installed, it comes right up with this little icon over here, and you just simply go ahead and say, start backup, and then it starts. And from that point on, you can see 10:31 this morning, about an hour ago or half an hour ago. It was actually, I noticed that my screen disappears. I noticed that earlier. There we go. Let's go back again. There we go. Okay, so this here always stays in the background, and as a matter of fact, you saw the video for the apps, so it's very simple. I don't recommend that you need to log in for this one. You can just go into the Apple Store or Google Play Store. But when you click the auto login, it will take you to your cloud, or simply type in GBU cloud. You can see here, it'll take me to my cloud, and these are my 3 computers that are backed up. So when I was showing you this software, this app here, well, this is exactly installed in every computers, and that's what these comes up with. And then on the 27th, you're going to see a button here adding on that's going to show you your computer. You can see here, and it's really fast. I mean, very fast. It used to take a few seconds. Now it's instant. And you can see my application, my desktop, my documents. So this is really awesome. These are my phone devices here. Hold on. Okay, phone. Yep. Okay. So this is my phone device. So let's click. It's right over here. Mobile device. Here we go. Okay. So I just want to see my mobile devices. They're right over here. Right. This is my phone. You can see 2024. There's a 12 calendar month directory structure here. You can look in 2025. Now we're in September. So now Septembers are coming up, and it's been like that, for 2.5 years now. So very, very, very awesome. If you go to your collaborate and share here, then you can drag and drop directories. You can see here that I have quite a few directories. And from there, yes, I do have some duplicate because I have my major backup, and these are collaborate and share. These are directories I can share with the entire world. I can turn around and share this with the world. I can collaborate with documents and everything else. Absolutely awesome. The last point I want to share with you here, if you click under your GotBackup tool under reseller tool in English, it brings you to this here. And that's what Tammy talked about earlier when she talked about the funnels. These here are websites that are constructed for you automatically. Your ID will appear right here. And when you click on those, it will give people an opportunity to put their name and their emails, which will end up into an email list that you can control through this lead capture system over here. This is so awesome. This is someone who wants to try it for 7 days for free. This has the opportunity with the product. This one is just product itself. And these one here, the most recent one, this is someone that may be a bit more skeptical about network marketing. That may be a good one. I like this one because it's a very common recent video in reference to the digital age and everything else. So very, very, very cool. And again, folks, it contains so much information. And when you go back to this channel and you go on the playlist, under the Saturday trainings we're doing, you can see here all the trainings that we have. 7 days to momentum, learn how to create sub accounts. Let's see here, live training, GotBackup internal wallet. You can actually use some of your commission to send a link to someone, transfer your commission to pay, and then they would pay you cash. Right? Is this again, unlock the power of GotBackup lead capture system. That's what I was telling you about earlier when I talked to you about the lead capture system to interact with those leads. So folks, again, there's so much available to you here. It's mind-boggling what you get for the amount of money you pay for this opportunity. So listen, folks, we want to thank you for joining us. Tomorrow, you don't want to miss this one. We're going to teach you how to create a compelling story. Your story matters. You may not realize, but your story can impact someone else's here in the world. And we want to show you on how to extract that information that's in your heart and put it out to the public, obviously what you want people to hear or see, so they can relate to you, which is going to give you an opportunity to to gather some leads. So Tammy, as we end, any last words as we finish this here?
Yeah. So if you haven't made a decision to join in, just jump in, because you're going to learn along the way. And that's one thing that Chris and I have always done. When we see value and when we see a trend, it's an easy decision to make, and to be able to benefit from the service is massive, but to be able to share it with others is even much, much better.
Absolutely. Hey, listen, folks, if you liked our presentation here, smash that like button and just help us kind of sharing this information with the world, because folks, at the end of the day, we want to pay it forward. We want people to take advantage of a wonderful opportunity like this, to take advantage of a trend that is growing with or without us, and you can tap into all of this. So have yourself a wonderful rest of your weekend, and we hope to see you tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock Eastern time. Bye for now.
Have a great Friday.
Bye.